I think there are few architects who write well about their own work. I think one of the most important writers about architecture in our century, or in the 20th century, was a team of Robert Venturi and Denise Scott Brown, who really looked at American culture and tried to understand how architecture and design fit into it. And they did an exhibition at the Smithsonian many years ago about signs and symbols in American life, and it was amazing. I remember seeing it. And then they studied Las Vegas, which is very interesting. Their work I find less interesting than their writing, but they're writing about what we see every day, and they're trying to understand it. And I find them to be really interesting. In terms of other architects who write about their own work, the Portuguese architect Alvaro Siza has not built in this country. He writes really well about his work. He sort of writes about it through an alter ego, a poet named Fernando Pessoa. So there's this literary dialogue between him as an architect and this poet that's really interesting. Herzog and de Meuron, who have built here and they're the architects of the new museum here, they are interesting when they talk. They don't write so much, but they have. But when they talk about the influence of contemporary art on their work. So they're very, very connected to contemporary art, and they see the relationship between their work as architects and contemporary artists' work, and they try to make that understandable, and I think that's interesting to people.